Do you know what I love about the British aristocracy? Asks an astute character in Netflix's The Gentlemen. They're the original gangsters. The reason they own 75% of this country is because they stole it. William the Conqueror is worse than Al Capone. This is the central joke of the series, created by Guy Ritchie as an extension of his 2019 film. That landed nobility have more in common with the thugs who run the criminal underworld than they'd like to admit. Like many of the show's tropes, it's a clever notion that gets old long before the end of the season, which will be available to stream on March 7th. To his credit, instead of rehashing the original Gentlemen, Ritchie, who helped write and direct the Netflix adaptation, has cooked up a new story set in a similar world. The dialogue is as quippy, the visual style as slick, and the casting as inspired as fans have come to expect from Britain's reigning king of the pitch-black crime comedy. But a little of Ritchie's sensibility goes a long way. What's exhilarating every few years at the cinema can become tedious when repeated throughout 8 episodes. The White Lotus and Divergent alum Theo James gives a dynamic performance as Captain Eddie Horniman, the second son of a duke, who has found success as an army officer in lieu of the inheritance he assumes will go to his older brother, Freddy, Daniel Ings, very funny. Called back to the family estate to bid farewell to his dying father, Eddie learns that the dukes will name him as the heir. It shouldn't be that surprising. Freddy is an idle, debauched mess. And now his problems, including an $8 million debt to a local gangster, are Eddie's problems. Giancarlo Esposito, center, in The GentlemenKevin Baker. NetflixThe Hornimans don't have that kind of cash on hand because, like so many aristocrats since the Downton Abbey era, their wealth is tied up in their palatial home and 15,000-acre grounds. Luckily, or not, it turns out the Duke was monetizing that estate by allowing drug lord Bobby Glass, Ray Winstone, to grow massive quantities of marijuana on the property. Now Bobby is in prison, but his daughter Susie, Kaya Scodelario, as enchantingly ice-cold here as she was in her breakout Skins role, is a powerful and canny enough surrogate to help resolve Freddy's debts. The problem is, Eddie wants to extricate his family from the Glasses scheme and Susie has no intention of letting him out. Grow house aside, she sees how the unflappability he's cultivated in the military could make him an asset to her. As he navigates the endless series of obstacles she places in the way of his freedom, he unwittingly develops a taste for crime. Their relationship, with smartly underplayed hints of romantic tension, is the highlight of the show. Both hypercompetent and calm under pressure, these two characters from different worlds make an ideal team. Yet they can't fully trust each other because their aims are fundamentally incompatible.